Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I'm your host, Mark Francis. The United Kingdom's royal presence at the funeral of Pope Francis will be led by Prince William in what is expected to be one of the most significant diplomatic gatherings of the decade. Their Majesties, the King and Queen, having paid a private visit to the ailing Pontiff just weeks ago, have deemed this moment a fitting opportunity for the Prince to take a prominent step onto the world stage. In a move as symbolic as it is strategic, the sovereign has entrusted his heir with representing the crown at this most solemn of occasions, alongside the Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer. The funeral, to be held in Bernini's majestic St. Peter's Square, will provide the most exalted of backdrops beneath the towering dome of St. Peter's Basilica and before an anticipated crowd of up to 100,000 faithful. The Prince will take his place among a sea of statesmen, sovereigns and spiritual leaders from every corner of the globe, while the Latin rite of the pontifical Requiem Mass echoes through the colonnades. All eyes in the diplomatic sphere will be discreetly observing the subtle gestures, the whispered exchanges, and the seating arrangements, every element choreographed under the watchful eye of the camerlengo, Cardinal Kevin Farrell. For the Prince of Wales, it will be a moment of both reflection and quiet influence. As heir to a throne whose ties with the Roman Catholic Church have long been defined by history's tumult and reconciliation, his presence will be rich in symbolism, though monarchs do not attend papal funerals, in part due to protocol and the sovereign's role as supreme governor of the Church of England. The attendance of the heir is a poignant gesture of respect and shared dignity between two of the world's most enduring institutions. It is not only the grandeur of the moment that will be noted, but the Prince's comportment amidst such a global stage. The Vatican funeral, unlike any other, is a tableau of history, diplomacy and ritual, and with leaders such as Giorgio Meloni, Emmanuel Macron and Donald Trump expected to attend, the latter reportedly hoping to insert himself near like-minded company. The Prince's quiet steadiness may prove a welcome contrast. Memories of the late Queen Elizabeth II's own funeral, which drew some 500 foreign dignitaries, will not be far from mind, nor will those of St. John Paul II's 2005 farewell, the only event in modern times to exceed the Queen's in terms of sheer diplomatic weight. Yet in choosing to send the Prince of Wales, the palace signals more than protocol. It signals the next chapter. For just as his grandmother once stood at the centre of such ceremonies, the Prince now begins to inherit that quiet responsibility. To show up, to represent, and to carry the crown not just in Britain, but on the world's most ceremonial stage. For full coverage of the Pope's funeral and everything related to the papal succession, check out our sister podcast, White Smoke, The Path to a New Pope. It's available wherever you get your podcasts, and it's made by the team here at Calaroga Shark Media. Great topical and historical podcast. White Smoke. Now that we've done the nice, tasteful recap of today's proceedings, it seems that the Duke of Downtime had to be ordered to go to Rome. According to sources quoted by the Daily Mail, Prince William was reluctant to obey the order, but the king is said to have pulled rank to ensure his eldest son would represent the crown in the Vatican. The decision comes at something of a personal cost. The prince will now miss the FA Cup semi-final between his beloved Aston Villa and Crystal Palace at Wembley. A familiar face at Villa Park in recent months, William has taken great interest in the club's strong season, and Palace sources suggest this is not the first time football and foreign duty have clashed. In January, a similar situation reportedly unfolded when the prince was expected to attend the state funeral of President Jimmy Carter in the US. On that occasion, it is said that William wasn't keen on going. Prince Edward attended in his place. That funeral also fell on the same day as the Princess of Wales' 43rd birthday. Prince William is viewed as less overtly religious than his father, though he remains respectful of the Church of England, the institution he will one day lead as Supreme Governor upon his accession to the throne. Hopefully there isn't a soccer game that day. William may be unhappy to learn that his dad has more work for him. Amid increasing diplomatic sensitivity, Buckingham Palace is reportedly reconsidering King Charles' attendance at the opening of the new Canadian Parliament, with sources suggesting a compromise may be on the cards. Canadians go to the polls this Monday, the 28th of April, and there had been quiet expectation that the King, as Canada's head of state, would be invited to preside over the opening of the next Parliament, a role last fulfilled by Queen Elizabeth II in 1957 and again in 1977. However, the Daily Mail reports that royal staff are wary of provoking President Donald Trump. In an effort to manage the diplomatic tightrope, aides are now considering whether the Prince of Wales could attend the Canadian opening instead. Such a move, they hope, would maintain goodwill with Canada while allowing the King to remain at a distance. Should the plan go ahead, it would mark the first time in 106 years that a Prince of Wales has attended the opening of Canada's Parliament, the last being the future Edward VIII, who travelled in place of King George V. A royal fan was so excited to see Prince William actually working this week that he leapt across the grass in a bid to secure a selfie. His Royal Highness was between vacations and visiting Mentivity, a youth-focused organisation based in South London that provides mentorship and safe spaces for young people. As the Prince approached Mentivity House, situated on the Aylesbury estate, two royal fans dashed forward for a chance to greet him. One particularly eager supporter made a sprinted sprint across the lawn and managed not only a selfie but a hug as well. A rare moment of informality for the future king, who appeared visibly amused and gracious in the encounter. During the visit, William joined local children in a spirited gaming session, losing a football match but winning a car race, which we call feeding the media. More palace in just a moment. Prince William's latest engagement in Southwark has drawn praise from royal watchers, with many highlighting a marked contrast in public approach between the Prince of Wales and his younger brother, Prince Harry. "He is unafraid, unlike Harry," wrote one commenter on X. "He is calm and takes selfies. What an adorable prince. We love him so much." Another described him simply as a good sport, while one fan offered the pointed remark, "Harry and Meghan could never do this." Throughout the visit, royal supporters continued to praise the prince's engagement with the community. "Prince William connects with every generation, but it's the youth who light up when they see him," one wrote. "In him, they see hope, kindness, and a future worth believing in." Another remarked, "After all he, his wife, and family endure, here he is taking it all in stride, just Prince William in his usual lovely self." William is reportedly championing a projects, not patronages approach, underscored by major campaigns such as the Earthshot Prize and his homelessness initiative. Homewards, a source close to the heir, said his efforts are deeply personal and shaped by his belief that, in the words of one confidant, "There's been too much talk about that. We need to see some action." Former Foreign Secretary William Hague, who worked closely with the Prince in launching United for Wildlife, described William's method as focused and quietly persuasive. "He's not one for long meetings or going around the same thing again," said Hague. "He really leaves you in no doubt that this is what he wants you to do. You really wouldn't want to go and tell him, 'We've got absolutely nowhere in stopping elephant ivory being sold.' He wants to know that you're getting results." William revealed his surprise at his father's rather eclectic taste in music after King Charles released a new Apple Music playlist titled The King's Music Room. The compilation spans genres including disco, reggae, and Afro beats, and features artists such as Kylie Minogue, Grace Jones, and Bob Marley. William remarked, "I was expecting a lot of classical music, so I was surprised." The King's playlist, created in collaboration with Apple Music, is part of an initiative to highlight joyful sounds from across the Commonwealth, but has clearly struck a different note than many, including his son, might have anticipated. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and leave us a nice review if you're enjoying the show. We love those 5-star reviews, and we'll read them right here. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.